Have you ever wondered who helps people when they have tricky problems? Well, meet my friends Leo and Maya, the lawyers. Leo and Maya are helpers with big, friendly smiles, always ready to lend a hand to anyone in need. Check out their cool robes, just like superhero capes. They use them to solve problems with rules and make sure everyone is treated fairly. Leo and Maya don't have superpowers like flying or super strength, but they're super smart, especially when it comes to understanding tricky situations. They use their brains to help friends and neighbors with tricky problems, finding the best solutions for everyone involved. Their briefcases are full of papers, important documents, and all sorts of interesting things. Inside, you'll also find books filled with knowledge and colorful pens of every shade imaginable. Maya says the pens help her think. She believes each color sparks a different idea. Leo and Maya's job is to understand all the rules or laws that grown-ups have to follow, making sure everyone plays fair. Sometimes, laws are confusing, like reading a map upside down or trying to solve a puzzle with missing pieces. But don't worry, Leo and Maya are great at explaining things so everyone understands, even if they seem complicated at first. They listen carefully to people's stories, paying close attention to every detail, making sure they understand every part before helping, so they can offer the best advice possible. Being a lawyer is like being a team captain for people who need help, guiding them through tough situations. Lawyers are problem solvers, always looking for the best way to fix things. They are also rule explainers, making sure everyone knows what's what. And super listeners all in one, ready to hear your side of the story. Leo and Maya love turning big, confusing problems into simple solutions, making life easier for everyone. They say helping people feels great, like giving someone a big warm hug. Like turning a big scary monster into a little fluffy kitten, making the world a friendlier place. Who wouldn't want to do that? It's an amazing feeling. So, what does Leo do all day as a lawyer? What does his job really entail? He helps people write down important promises and agreements. These are called contracts, and they're super important for making sure everyone keeps their word. Think of it like a grown-up pinky promise, but with serious consequences if you break it. Leo makes sure everyone understands all the little details of what they're agreeing to, so there are no surprises later on. He also helps people who disagree, trying to find common ground and understanding. Leo is acting like a peacekeeper, carefully listening to both sides to find solutions that work for everyone involved. Sometimes, when disagreements are really tough, Leo goes to a courtroom where a judge listens carefully to all the problems, kind of like a referee in a game, making sure everything is fair. Leo stands up and speaks for his friends or clients, making sure their voices are heard. He's telling the judge the true story, explaining all the important details so they can get the help they need and deserve. Often, people visit Leo's office to ask all sorts of questions about the rules like, can I build a treehouse in my backyard? Or, what are the rules for setting up a lemonade stand on the corner? Leo checks his law books and does some research, and gives advice so people can follow the rules and make good decisions. He helps everyone stay out of trouble, understand their rights, and be treated fairly under the law. Leo is like a walking, talking rule book, but much friendlier and easier to understand. That's what makes his job so important, and why he's such a valuable part of the community. Let me tell you a heartwarming story about Leo, our friendly lawyer, and how he helped his dear friend Beatrice. This is a tale of friendship, understanding, and how even a little bit of legal knowledge can go a long way in making the world a better place. Beatrice was no ordinary bunny. She was a talented baker, famous throughout the neighborhood for her delicious carrot cakes. Everyone loved Beatrice's carrot cakes. Her neighbor, Barnaby the badger, was usually a friendly fellow, always waving hello and sharing stories over the fence. But recently, Barnaby decided to build a tall fence between their properties. He wanted more privacy. Unfortunately, this new fence cast a long shadow, blocking the precious sunlight from reaching Beatrice's beloved carrot patch. Beatrice was heartbroken and sad. No sun meant no juicy carrots, and no carrots meant no delicious cakes. Her baking business was in jeopardy. Beatrice didn't know what to do, so she went to see Leo. Leo listened patiently to her story, offering words of comfort and understanding. Always ready to help, Leo carefully checked the town's rulebook, searching for a solution that would be fair to everyone. After a thorough search, he found a rule, a specific regulation stating that fences can't be constructed in a way that blocks a neighbor's garden from receiving adequate sunlight. Leo calmly and kindly explained the rule to Barnaby, making sure he understood the situation and the impact of the fence. Barnaby was surprised, realizing he didn't know about the rule and that he just wanted privacy without causing harm. Because Leo approached him with understanding and a friendly demeanor, Barnaby understood and felt bad for not listening before, regretting the trouble he had caused his neighbor. Together with Leo's guidance, they found a solution that worked for everyone. Barnaby, being a good neighbor, agreed to make his fence shorter, allowing the sunlight to reach Beatrice's garden once again. And Beatrice, overjoyed and grateful, baked a special carrot cake just for Barnaby as a thank you for his understanding. They shook hands, apologized, and became even better friends than before, learning the importance of communication and consideration. Leo didn't need to argue or go to court. There was no need for a lengthy legal battle. He just used his knowledge of the law and his natural kindness to help his friends find a peaceful resolution. That's how lawyers, like Leo, can help people solve problems in their communities and bring neighbors together, fostering a sense of harmony and understanding. Sometimes, a little listening, a little understanding, and a little bit of legal knowledge is all it takes to make a big difference. Leo's superpower isn't just knowing the law, it's his ability to bring peace and understanding to those around him. Want to be a helper like Leo? It's like leveling up in a game. First, you go to school and practice reading and writing. Lawyers do a lot of both. After high school, you go to college and learn about people, governments, and how to write well. Then comes law school, where you study all the rules and practice solving tricky problems. Law school takes about 3 years, and you learn to think and speak like a lawyer. Finally, you take a big test called the bar exam to prove you know the laws. Pass the test, and you get a license to help people. Just like Leo, it's a lot of work, but it's a great adventure for anyone who loves helping others. You don't have to wait to be a grown-up to be a helper like Leo. Being a helper means being kind, fair, and a good friend every day. Invite someone to play, share your snacks, or help solve a problem. These are all ways to help. If friends can't agree, suggest taking turns or finding a compromise, just like Leo did. Being fair and listening carefully are super skills you can practice now. Lawyers work to make sure rules are fair for everyone, and you can do the same with your friends. Whether you want to be a lawyer, doctor, or anything else, being a helper is what matters most. Small acts of kindness make a big difference. Just like Leo, you can make the world a better place, one helpful act at a time.